Hello students, it's good to see you here again. Hope you all are doing well. So today we will be starting with our chapter number 8 of civics, that is criminal justice system in India. Here we will be getting to know more about police and prosecutors and criminal laws and district courts, and what are the factors which influence certain courts and certain rights of the people, and who can accompany and can lodge a file or a case against the culprit. So here it is written that in a society, the judiciary and the police have the joint responsibility to secure justice to the people. Means they go hand in hand, alternative, so as to provide justice to the people. While a court is responsible to uphold the law, settle disputes in accordance with the law, and protect the fundamental rights. Means these are the very basic functions of the courts. On the other hand, the function of the police is just to make sure that everything is working smoothly and all the laws, rules, and regulations are being followed, and everything, if in case there's any kind of uncertainty or any kind of criminal activity in going on in the particular area, then police takes care of that. They also perform the task of bringing the suspects to the court and helping victims seeking justice for the court. Victims are the ones with whom the tragedy has taken place. Culprits are the ones who are the mischievous ones who do something wrong, and this is how these things take place. And police are the ones who bring those suspects. Suspects means a kind of the one who is suspected, who is having, on whom the court is having doubt, and they are the ones who actually are brought to the courts. If found guilty, the suspect is awarded a suitable punishment by the court, and this is how these things go hand in hand and in alternation. Here comes our next heading, that is district administration. For the ease of administration, that is easiness and easy handling, all states in India are subdivided into districts. Means small portions in a district. When a person needs to report a crime, he or she first needs to go to the police. Like if something has happened, and in regards to that, if a person needs to inform, then the police is the only one and the only capability then to whom the person should go and inform. Let's know more about police now. In a district, the superintendent of police, that is SP, is the highest police officer. That is very common, and just underline the points. She or he is assisted by other police officers. Means the one SP is also assisted by other officers such as deputy superintendent of police, inspectors, and constables. And a district is further subdivided into smaller areas. All these areas are looked after by the police stations assigned to them as per their area, because a district is further divided into subdivisions, and they all have certain thanas and kotwalis and chowkis, so that people and a proper functioning of laws and order can take place in that area. And all these areas are looked after by the police station assigned to them as per the area, population, and volume of crime. Means whatever areas are kind of consolidated with the certain functions of crime and population and volume. These police stations are headed by the station house officers, that is SHO. The SHO of a police station is assisted by other police officers called constables. Means the SHO, who is the real head of the particular subdivided areas or police chowkis, are further guided and assisted by constables. Together, the SHO and constables are responsible for maintaining law and order in the area assigned to them. Because like there are subdivisions of a particular district, so they all have certain chowkis and some other police stations to look upon. A person who wants to report a crime first needs to register a written complaint with the police, because it's very important to give some nominal details about what has happened and where the place of the incident. The written complaint related to the occurrence of the crime is known as first information report. We all have been studying FIR from the very starting of civics, and FIR is the first information report, which contains certain points and some certain bulleted points which state about the uncanny incident and what has happened, and where, time, location, date, who are the ones who were present over there, evidences, so many things that keep into consideration. A person who cannot read and write and may choose to register an oral complaint. Like sometimes what happens, if person is not capable of writing, then he or she can get an oral complaint registered. And if the duty of the station officials to convert the oral complaint of the complaint into the format of the FIR. Matlab, like they make sure that every complaint is there in the written form. An FIR contains the details of the complaint, date, time, location, and facts of the incident. Underline this last paragraph. And facts of the incident, along with the names of the people involved in the incident and witness of any, because they keep each and every small details into consideration so that they don't miss any point of suspicion and inspection. Once written, the FIR needs to be signed by the complaint complainant, matlab the one who is there to get it registered. However, it is advised that one must go through the complaint thoroughly before signing it. What if there is something which is mentioned and was not supposed to be there? Then it is suggested that the one who is getting it assigned or filed must go through the complaint thoroughly and read it properly. On the basis of FIR, the police collect evidences and form an opinion about the incident. Means they make a kind of demo, a prototype in their mind and how they and from where they are supposed to start the investigation. If the police think that the accused is guilty of the crime registered against them, means if they find that the person on regards to whom the file has been registered and the FIR has been registered, if they find that he is suspected or he is guilty, then they make a charge sheet. A charge sheet is the second step of FIR, where after the confirmation of getting all the investigations done properly, they make a charge sheet so as to show and present in the court that yes, my lord, that this person has been found guilty under the following criteria. Here and next comes right of the accused. The responsibility of the police is to investigate a case and bring the accused to the courts. However, the police need to perform these functions in accordance with the law and with absolute respect for human rights. Means like it's considered that the person on whom the FIR has been registered, maybe possible the person is not that accused that they are looking forward for. So in that case, they look for every considerations very briefly and keeping human rights into considerations, because there are certain laws and certain rights given to the accused as well. If he feels like that he is not being treated properly, then he can also file a or lodge a complaint against police. And the Constitution of India prescribes the following rights for an accused or arrested person in India. The person needs to be informed about the reason for his or her arrest at the time of arrest. Means you cannot directly arrest the person, you have to mention the reason that why you are arresting the person. The arrested person should be presented before the court within 24 hours of the arrest. It's very important to keep the time period in the mind. The arrested person should not be tortured or beaten or shot by the police, because it's completely against the law. Confessions made by the arrested persons in the custody should not be used as evidence in the courts, because they are something which is a kind of informal behavior and informal talks which go and take place between the police and the accused person so as to clear the doubts. Women and children under the age of 15 years cannot be called to the police station just for the purpose of questioning. Yes, it's a very basic fact that they can never be called, and these points are something which are always kept into the mind of considerations to the police stations. And apart from these, the police also needs to prepare a memo of arrest containing the time and date of arrest before the arrest. Means it's a kind of warrant that they have to present to the accused that yes, we are here, we are arresting you on this regard. They mention the time and date. And also, if there is a woman who is to be arrested, then they also have to carry the women inspector or a kind of constable along with, because a male personality or a male police inspector can never arrest a female. This is something against the law. Now coming back on district courts, the judiciary at the district level consists of two types of courts, that is civil court and criminal courts. Civil courts actually sort out the small decisions regarding that fights and communities and lands, whereas criminal courts something regards murder and theft and many more things. After the police have filed a charge sheet in the court, the case is heard in the court. Means after the police have done their process, the case is sent to the court. A case has two parties, prosecutions and defense. Prosecutions matlab the one who is filing, and the defense the one who is trying to save himself from the prosecution. The prosecution is handled by a public prosecutor who presents the facts, witnesses and evidences against the one who has been given the title of accused. The prosecution proves the guilt of the accused person. The defense helps the accused to prove that he or she is not guilty. There are two lawyers from the sides, one from the prosecutor side and one from the defender side. So they both fight together in a vocal term, not in that physical sense, just because they have to prove that yes, their colleagues and their clients are correct and to the best of their knowledge, and they are to be examined properly. And once after this was done and this cross questioning is done, it's depending on the court that yes, which party has been successful in presenting the evidences, because court believes in the facts and figures of evidences, and the party which is capable of showing their rights, facts, figures and evidences gets the title of winning. and gets whatever they desired of. On the basis of evidences presented by both the prosecutions and defense, the judge decides whether the accused is guilty or not. The judge is not allowed to jump to any conclusions on the basis of his own perceptions and assumptions, because it's just completely against, and they are not given this kind of rights. He or she is allowed to award a punishment or acquit the accused only on the basis of the evidences presented before the court, because I already told and mentioned earlier that court only believes the evidences. Also, the awarded punishment should be in accordance with the extent of the crime committed by the guilty. Means, if someone has done some sort of theft free, then he should not be given the punishment of being hanged or a kind of lifetime sentencements. These are very big sentencements which are only given to the ones and to those who actually commit a very big crime, or which is not acceptable also. This practice of determining the guilt or innocence of a person through the legal process and preventing the miscarriage of justice is known as fair trial. What is fair trial? A kind of process in which the judges come out with the best decisions so as to provide the justice to the ones who is in need of it. The fair trial upholds the right of the life of the people and the rule of law of the society. And why this fair trial is being practiced? So that they can tell people that yes, what are the terms which are to be kept into considerations. So students, just go through the key terms, round up exercises, question answers, and match the following so as to know more about it, and further steps is to be carried out to be further step. Thank you so much, students, for paying attention. I hope you all have understood whatever I was trying to make you understand. For further steps, you can access internet, you can read articles, because there is n number of articles present on internet. You can go and access some YouTube videos regarding the same topic and content. And if in case, you can text me on my chat box on MCB applications. And just stay healthy, take care, and stay safe. Study well, and all the best for your future responsibilities.